There's a highway in your head, you know. Telephone bones and power veins. She'll make you warm with her double lanes to keep your heart pumping and your soul insane. There's a highway in your head, you know. Two hemispheres, two yellow lines. And below the equator, gold and silver mines, with wealth and riches men have died to find. There's a highway in your head, you know. A slow revelation and a subtle glow. She's made of pavement with riddles and lies, just out of sight in her peripheral disguise. So if you want to see her, close your eyes. I'm on the outskirts of ordinary. Someone in search of a story. Took a whole lot of hallelujahs to finally lose my grip on glory. My words, of all things, did you choose to tell me how you feel? Maybe all that heaven wants is for me to just shut up and kneel. When we finally peel back pleasure, rapture will be as raw as we planned. As long as the sea keeps stretching forever, I'll never stop building on sand. The devil asked me as he fell from heaven, "Limbo angel, how low can go? How far from the stiff salvation of the God you used to know? But where the thorns and thistles grow, beyond the burning Garden of Eden, the ashes from the ovens are the souls of snowflakes grieving. Your mouth is an open grave. Your tongue tastes the souls of escaping slaves. Free at last, your broken spirit in a body cast. I have a daydream of fire red and forest green, and the black we leave behind. I'm losing my mind, but I don't mind, so long as it keeps my heart in line. I start existing too soon. After getting up in the right side bed in the morning, I start existing at noon. Wonder if all this night is healthy. 4.5 hours of sun, and all the shadows are alarming. Photographic evidence of attempted living litters my box. Haunted heads of vegetative states. Late passes excuse my absence, but I can't catch up in these metaphysic classes. I start existing too soon. song I started singing in my sleep. Some angel of death taught a requiem for dreams. I passed through the gauntlet with life on my lips, tripped up my steps, dead flesh in my feet from going barefoot last winter. Every time it stings, I'm sick to my stomach. All these layers of clothing leave me more and more naked. My fingernails and screws, hammers and thoughts, true stories and martyrs in my own crucifixion. I get cold, I shiver, it keeps me warm. There's no cold without warmth. Numbers on my wrist. Nobody knows what those are for. Numbers on my cash. Put me in place up the ladder in line. Numbers on my tax return say, send a check in the mail to replace what you stole. Numbers on my pawn ticket say, open 9 to 5. Stop at any time to reclaim your soul. Go and tempt me with the extremity of beauty, but it's the ordinary that I need from a soul that sent me. Bend me into being, blinded by an eye all-seeing. It's a freeing thing. These snowbound shallows, every tree in my melting town hopes to be a gallows, so you can hang your hopes on naked branches. You can take your chances on spring. You can sing like the broken birds who whistle their words in thirds. They are factions of fractions and chaos calming. After all these years, I hope you'll hear that I was not for nothing. This is something I can't shake. Crying at the funeral, whistling at the wake, making a fake of feeling. All you've given me and all that I've been stealing. It gets so quiet these days. I feel like I'm living in a silent movie, looking for the perfect stranger to validate my suspense. It's like I'm an editor with a dull pair of scissors. I've left in whole sentences devoid of meaning, because it's all essential when it's all the same. It's all or nothing. My dictionary tells me that dream is a verb and nightmare is just a descriptive term. But on days like these, I just sit in nightmare about my future, waiting around to live, waiting around to give a pistol to a neutral party so we can play a game of Canadian roulette, where you put 5 rounds in and leave 1 out. It gets so quiet these days. I feel like I'm drowning in a record drought, like I'm lost in a blizzard of acid snow. I need to get myself buried in the desert earth and let the rain make me grow. If you always stop short at the close of a chorus, you won't make it far as a detourist. You run out of gas by the verse, and the bus breaks down, and you're caught looking up the outskirts of town, stumbling down on a good kind of drunk, between, well, what do you know and who to thunk, all the life savings that you sunk, and a granite anchor and a 6-foot dunk. They say I've got no sense, and it's much the same as penniless, but I know what grows in the underbelly of home, and I've walked alone to where all the dead-end roads go, into your lowest state, and through the gates of your naked nostalgia, out of the dark heart of Nova Scotia. There's a truth in the light. You'll find it right where it's lying. People in days turn blue when they're dying. 1,000 drip drops in the jungle. A prayer for rain fulfilled forever. Dredging the drought for a harvest of dreams. I couldn't be farther from a farmer. For as long as I remember, I get nervous over the future. Blood beating on my heart as I turn the page. The rage as I rattle my cage and read the headlines and the lining. People in days turn blue when they're dying. You tried to blind me with the Bay of Fundy. You said beauty is a bastard with no earthly father, no reason to remember. Time is a slow forgiver. But I want to know how far you'd go to be forgotten. Would you remove the memory that no one should have of you, talking tough in the rain, getting away with crying? People in days turn blue when they're dying. People